I'm Blake.
I'm Jamie.
And we're Blamey.
I guess so.
Today we're doing another game. So we do these fairly often. And a lot of times they're built around guessing, trying to figure out what other people do. So we'll read the first page, we'll read a random line. Today we're reading the back of the book jacket and trying to guess what book it is without being able to see it. Great. Okay, so who wants to start? You want to go first?
I'll read first.
Okay, all right.
Just so you know, we suck at these.
We're going to be awesome at this one.
Okay, your eyes are closed?
Yep.
First one is this one.
Okay.
I think you can see that. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't want to. Can I alter it just slightly?
Sure, if you think it'll be too easy.
Yeah, because of the first. It's just the names give it away. So-and-so's unlikely path. Oh, crap. From apartheid South Africa to the desk of the Daily Show.
Oh, okay. This is Trevor Noah's
with
book.
The criminal act.
Born a Crime.
So, yeah, see,
Excellent book,
that didn't
by the way.
work at all. This book's so good.
Phenomenal book. I will say, if you're going to read this, I would highly recommend listening to it because Trevor Noah narrates it himself.
That voice.
Really, really, really good. Super interesting to hear his story. And, when we think of racism in America and all of the associated things with it, there's a lot of horrible things there. But sometimes we forget just how awful things are in other countries.
Yeah.
And how blessed we are to live where we are.
It's so true.
And Trevor Noah does a really good job of trying to reinforcing that and understanding, like, hey, there's a lot to be grateful for.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. And a long way to go to improve things. But, and also hilarious.
Yeah.
Super, super funny.
And I feel like, because I read this, I made my book club read it.
Uh-huh.
They didn't, think it was super funny. But the people who listened to it thought it was hilarious. So really, again, there's a plug to listen to it because he makes it so good.
Definitely. Incredibly good.
Kind of a life-changing book.
Very, very good.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of life-changing books.
Let's hear it. Let's see it.
In the ancient times,
Okay.
the Rings of Power were crafted by Elvin Smith and Sauron.
Fellowship of the Ring. Fellowship of the Ring?
It is Fellowship of the Ring.
Okay.
By the way, what an awesome cover. So we just got these brand new ones. And
Amazon, Prime Day.
Prime Day. And man, are these covers amazing.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. So we just read this together. I have read it multiple times. It's a fantastic book. You were a little less than enthralled by it.
It just was so slow. I don't know why I was expecting it to be like this fast-paced, awesome thing. Maybe because the movie's that way, but I was just like, oh, I'm awake. I'm still doing this.
And I mean, to be fair, let's see, we're jumping into here of book 2, right? So they divide it into 2 books. This is Frodo finding himself awake in Rivendell, right? So this half of the book is 5 minutes in the movie, in a 3-hour movie. Right, I think that's an interesting thing.
It just was a little more painful than I was expecting. I thought, I don't know. I'm fine.
Oof.
It was fine.
Good book, and also phenomenal cover. Man, these are awesome. Who did this cover? I need to figure out because this is just fun. And it has a great feel to it. A great feel.
I don't know that I felt them yet.
Yes, excellent. And I just Lord of the Rings is so iconic. I mean, one ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. On Amazon every week now. Oh, okay.
You're hilarious. It doesn't say that.
No, it doesn't. Yes, but Rings of Power. Actually, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power is the Amazon show.
Yeah.
Watch our other episode on that episode. Yeah, these are episodes. Sure.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyways, our other video we did on that where we talked about the first episode, I'm a little less than enthralled by it so far.
Yeah, go watch why, because I'm not.
Yeah.
Next.
Yep.
I'm not going to read all of this perfectly again.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thief and con man extraordinaire, someone, and the ever lethal someone
oh, wait a minute.
have fled their home city. I didn't show it. And the wreckage of their lives.
Hold up. This is Red Ships Over Red Skies? No, Red Seas Over Red Skies.
So close.
Red Seas. It's the General Ambassador's one. It's book 2. It is.
You have it. You just
Red Seas Over something.
Red Seas are not over anything. They are
under Red Seas Under Red Skies.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. Freaking amazing book.
I'm so excited to read this series because he drools about it every time he talks about it.
I do. Locke Lamora and Jean.
Those were the two names
Jean-
that I said. Someone.
Yeah, these are good. There's 3 so far in this series, and man, Scott Lynch does an incredible job. I've heard actually he has the 4th one done.
Oh.
He just has some mental health issues and
that's
is
right,
worried
that's
about the release of it.
Sad.
Anyways, it is really sad because these are, I mean, they deserve to be in fantasy book royalty, if you ask me. Phenomenal
I'm
books.
telling you, he drools every time.
And also would make phenomenal movies. Yeah, just really, really good. I don't even know how to preface it by saying the first one, the best way I'd probably describe it is a fantasy, very kind of gritty fantasy world meets Ocean's 11.
Cool.
So there's a heist in this very gritty fantasy world with very high stakes, and it's one of those books where things don't always work out. I think it's the best way. Like there are real stakes,
It's
and
real.
And you get attached to people that experience pain, and it makes it really good. Especially because then as you're reading, for instance, the second book, you're worried. Like there's no longer the like, oh, everything will work out, because that's not necessarily what's going to happen.
Sad.
So
Crazy.
really, really, really good. Highly recommend it. Red Skis Under Red Skies. Makes sense. Yeah, not over.
What's the first one called?
The Lies of Locke Lamora.
Okay.
So.
I just could only remember Gentle and Bastard series.
Yeah.
That's all that.
Yeah.
I'll get to that. Maybe even this year.
Oh, you should. Oh, it's great. Okay.
Your turn.
Yep. All right. Eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
I went too easy on all of these for you.
That's fine. I need easy because I suck at these games. Oh no,
I
what?
don't know if I can do these. An assassin's loyalties are always in doubt,
Okay.
but her heart never wavers.
Wait. Is this
Assassin?
the Assassin's Blade?
Blah, blah, blah. No.
Okay.
Assassin, blah, blah, blah. I don't know that name. Won a brutal contest to become the king's champion, but she is
Yeah,
far from
Throne of
loyal to
Glass.
the crown. That's not the book, but I think
It's
that's right
not Throne of
series.
Glass or
No, she's far from loyal to the
Assassin's
crown.
Blade.
Though she hides her secret vigilantly, her deadly charade becomes difficult when she realizes she's not the only one seeking justice.
Hold on.
No
It's
one
gotta
is
be the
above
first one,
questioning
though.
her allegiance.
Throne of
Not the
Glass.
crown prince Dorian.
Oh.
Not Kale.
Kale. No one knows how to say his name.
The
What?
captain of the
It's
guard.
the second
Not
one.
even her friend Nahima, a foreign princess
Oh.
with a rebel heart.
Okay.
Then
I don't know what the
one
second book's
terrible
called.
night.
Hold on.
The
Hold on.
secrets they have been keeping.
Hold on. This book's so good. This series is so good. But I need you to stop because Throne of Glass and then Crown of Midnight.
Crown of Midnight.
Okay, good. I just had to like shut you up so I could think. Book 2.
Is it book 2? I don't
I
know.
think
It
it's
just
book
says a Throne of Grass novel.
I really love that series. I might need to reread this one soon.
Oh man,
Throne.
I have a hard time not making fun of your.
Well, yeah, because they
thing.
sound ridiculous. Selena Sardouthian, by the way, is how you say that.
Selena. Well, I figured if I tried to say it, you would guess who it is, and
I
then
think
you
it's
know.
2.
But you knew exactly who it was, anyways.
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for
Fine.
going easy.
Yep.
Oh, you kind of got it, just she's like an assassin wanting to be cooler than an assassin. There's 7 books in this series. All of them are phenomenal. They're just well done. I really like Sarah J. Maas's writing. And around book 4, it kind of takes an adult turn. But 1 through 4, it's not. It's under YA, and I don't think it needs to move. It needs to not be under YA.
It is a thrill ride of epic fantasy proportions.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
There's a lot of like adjectives. It's good. It's really good. One of my very favorites, actually. Not this book, but the whole series.
Okay.
And it ends just as good as the whole series. Like, it stays good. There's one random like novella about Cole.
What about like the new one? Didn't she write just a brand new one that's in like the same world?
They're all like, no, the new one, the
Crescent City.
yeah. In theory,
How
they're
did
all.
I know that?
How did you know that? That would have taken me another second to get.
Yeah.
They're all in theory like ish in the same world. This one hasn't. It's hard. It's hard to know.
Okay.
Similar. They're very similar.
All right. I got this next one. Let's do this thing.
Okie dokie.
I've done 2 so far. Turns out this is way easier than random first line or random
like
line.
a random sentence in the middle. You're right. That's international. Okay, no. Of course, no good deed goes unpunished, and soon some rather inquisitive folk are taken an unhealthy interest in. I don't know if this is in Brutha. They don't see a need for peace, love, and tolerance. They liked the old days just fine, and Brutha too yearns for the simple life he once led, a desire that leads him to wonder just why his god didn't choose someone else. I stumped him.
Yeah. What book is this?
Pretty sure I read the right part.
It sounds right.
It's a good bookmark in there. I don't even know where this came from.
Huh.
Okay, do you need like a hint here?
Sure.
The name on the cover of this book is Daryl Brown. Which means you probably need to give this back to Daryl.
Sorry, Daryl. Okay, so this is from Daryl. This is probably a Terry Pratchett book.
Very good.
Is it like Small Gods?
Yes. Good job.
Thank you.
That's so funny. I didn't see that till just barely. Look, you really should drive this up to his house.
He lives far away now.
Oh, yeah, he moved.
Although I do need to go see him. But
good excuse.
yeah, great book. Listen, anything Terry Pratchett writes is excellent. You should read it. That's the review. Everything he writes.
Really? Because I say that about Brandon Sanderson. So do you put them on the same level?
They're different.
Okay.
Very, very different. So Terry Pratchett uses fantasy to make commentary on reality.
Oh.
Right. And so a lot of times what he's writing about is using oftentimes ridiculous fantasy. I mean, his world, his Discworld, right? Discworld is a flat Earth that's on the top of 4 elephants that are on the top of a turtle flying through space. And so if they're on the edge, you can look over and see the turtle and the elephants. Right? It's crazy. I mean, one of my favorite Terry Pratchett books is called Mort, which is a person that decides to apprentice for Death, the Grim Reaper, and take over for a little while, and just kind of over the top crazy in a lot of ways there. But the way that he writes and the way that he tells stories, you can tell like these are him making fun of real things.
Funny.
Him making fun of politics, him making fun of other things.
I like it.
A good example of this, right? So he writes a story about I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's a group of witches, right? And so We Free Men, I believe, is the first book of it, which are these little tiny, like Scottish. I always imagine them Scottish men that help out this girl. Anyways, Tiffany Aching. It's a Tiffany Aching series. But these witches, a good example, they're trying to explain to people that they've dug a well too close to their privy, right? Where they're using the bathroom too close to their well. It's making them sick. And somebody's trying to explain with science why this is happening. And they just don't believe her, don't understand. And so another witch who was a little more understanding of how people worked told them that there was goblins in the well, and so they need to move their well. The people dug a new well, and no one got sick. And so it's that type of commentary where he's clearly not talking about the well. He's talking about society and humans and how we interact and how
believing
and it's a commentary on us. And that's how all of his books are.
Cool.
Probably one of the most popular right now is Good Omens, right? Him and Neil Gaiman together wrote that book, and it was made into an Amazon special recently, and it was really good. But again, it's kind of strange, but that strangeness, that uniqueness of it is really meant to try and highlight specific things. And so there are some pearls of wisdom in Terry Pratchett's writing that are just thoroughly amazing. It is really hard to do it. Does he have the epic scale of Brandon Sanderson and 10 books that all come together and coalesce into a giant tale and things like that. No, although he does have like 30 books in his world and they are interacting and stuff, but that's not really his point. His point isn't to tell one overarching story. His point is to tell small stories that tell you something about yourself.
Interesting.
That's the best way to say it.
Super
Small Gods. Daryl, I owe you a book, man. All right. Do I have one more for you?
I don't know.
I do.
Okay.
Eyes closed?
My eyes are closed.
All right. In the ruins of a place once known as North America lies the nation of Panem.
Oh,
a shining
is this Hunger
capital
Games?
Yeah, this is.
So easy.
I told you, I picked easy ones for you.
I appreciate it because I look like a fool in these.
I should have changed the names. In a place once known as South Australia lies the country of Panamania. A shining...
So anyway,
Yeah, okay.
Hunger Games. If you haven't read it, you should read it, and you should read it to your kids, and you should have your kids read it. And by kids, I mean like young adults.
Do you really want your kids reading this?
I do.
Like
Because
right
this
now?
is like a gateway book to reading. This is the way to capture someone's heart.
Or get them training to murder their comrades.
No, I don't think. I mean, I'm sure there's studies. I don't think this book has like made the world a worse place.
You know what kind of disappointed me though about Hunger Games, I must admit, is when I learned that it is potentially all plagiarized.
Yeah, I don't know why you bring that up every single time.
Because it can ruin the book for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of books that I feel like are plagiarized. This is a good example.
Yeah, there's a difference between...
Not this one. Sorry, this one got plagiarized.
There's a difference between ones that follow closely and straight plagiarism. And apparently Hunger Games has fallen
I'll
more into
believe it
that
when I
book.
see it. I'm not going to look into it, so I probably will never see it. So, this is a great book. It's really fun.
That sounds like something that would be written in a Terry Pratchett book, actually.
Anyway, I don't think I need to go into this one. Just don't kill people.
Hunger Games. Good.
Cool.
All right, so this was our game of trying to figure out what books are by the back of the jacket. Now, it turns out it's a lot easier to figure it out by the back of the jacket than it is a random page
Yeah, I think it's
inside of the book.
supposed to be that way. So
Yeah,
let's just
probably.
do that from now on. That was fun.
Nah, it's too easy. Check out our other games or any other videos.
Lots of reviews.
Yep, we do lots of mid-book reviews. This channel is all about books, mainly fantasy books, but we do dive into some others as well.
Yes. Like and subscribe.
Please. We'll talk to
ya.
you later. Bye.